like I'm guessing most people here, I've been to a couple of these kind of master classes. Really liked Louisa's approach. Although I'd done a lot of kind of coaching and sort of work on money otherwise, this was the thing that kind of connected the dots and led to that further success. Got a lot from the community too, so you know, you will meet a lot of like-minded people in there, and already you know, forged some really quite strong relationships there with. Been fantastic. Where I was at versus where it's, which is fantastic, and I'm interested in what else she offers.
A friend recommended get into this actual course 6 months ago, and I've been in her group course. And the good news is all of the things we just tested, I tested correctly. So the work about Louisa's work and Louisa herself is that the ego and the blocks lie and they hide in corners, but doing the course has helped me shine a light on oh, there that is. Okay, let's deal with that. This has been such a wonderful experience for me, and I just really treasure being in the community, being with Louisa, and being a beneficiary of her good work and her beautiful soul.
I started working on the alignment practice, how much I could feel the energy, and it was something that I'd never felt before. And I was like, you know, always kind of, you know, read The Secret, been into the, you know, the energy, the universe, but this was like, okay, this is another level now. And it was from there I continued with the manifesting practices, and I was living in the energy of how can I grow my business? What is it I need to do next? And I just got this download of, you need to learn to do this for your clients. You need to help your clients align their energy. So I think it's just, you know, being fully supported, the amount of information, you know, is actually on my to-do list to just literally rewatch everything again, because there is so much to take in. Like any kind of study and any work, any self-development, it's like watching a film, isn't it? You don't see everything the first time. Each time something new is discovered. The various courses that or codes, if you like, that we have within the Helix method, so the wealth codes, the self-love codes, and so on, it means I've got an array of kind of, you know, tools to pull from. Just do it. Yeah, just, you know, like I'm a big believer in, you know, we're here, things, you know, land at the right time. So if you're here and you're considering it, then there's a reason for that.
And I can honestly tell you, it's been amazing. My clients were coming that I haven't seen in a long time. I have been getting booked with my online clients as well. And I've gone from $2,100, which is about average over this last year, to over $5,000 in 1 month. 1 month. So I'm pretty damn excited. And then there's been a lot of ego that's come up. And with that, Louisa has helped us soothe the ego, release what is the story or the belief behind it all. So it seems to be an easier process, for which I am very grateful. And if you're thinking about joining the Wealth Portal and you're on the fence and you're not sure, it's the best investment so far that I've done in a long, long time. So I would highly, highly recommend it.
Louisa's client results are the things that really, they speak for themselves. I've learned to give myself permission to pivot, and that business can be fun. I play with my business now, and I need to play. I have a sense of freedom now from working with Louisa, that I can let go of the attachment to numbers. They no longer define how successful I feel. That feeling comes from within. So if you are sitting on the fence, considering investing in yourself by joining Louisa's world, I can only say, just do it.
I decided to embark on the Infinite Prosperity Collective after that. It was a time when I started with both programs, and that I realized that if I wanted to take my business to the next level, the access to an amazing bank of resources. You know, Louisa is extremely generous and has got a lot of resources that she built in our containers, especially in the IPC.
One, it has expanded my business. I met last year's goals back in August, and it's continuing to go from there. I really understood and discovered what resistance felt like in my body. I definitely understand the other side of that, and I now know what alignment feels like, and I understand how much easier it is to bring in the things that you want. What it has also helped me to do is to develop my own fine-tuning skills. And as I move through this program and I feel into the energies that I am actually releasing through each module, what it has allowed for me to do is to feel that in others. And so as an intuitive, I'm now able to transcribe that energy with my clients, which has allowed for them to have even more profound results, which is amazing. I've discovered a community that is so supportive and so loving. The women in this group are amazing, and Lou is amazing.
Say this to you. Nothing has shifted my personal life or the life of my clients faster than working with the amazing set of skills and tools that come with the Helix method. So if you're looking for something to explore that's going to enhance your practice as well as your personal life and give you a heads up like nothing you've ever seen, my strong recommendation is that you check out the Helix method.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So good to see you all. Oh, fantastic. Welcome to the Energetic Edge. Who is excited to be live with us today? A huge welcome if you are live with us or you are on the replay, of course. And I would love to know if this is your first time catching one of our masterclass experiences, or if you have joined many of them before. Let me know in the chat or in the comments. I know that we have people joining us on Facebook and in the Zoom room as well. So a huge welcome to everybody. A huge welcome. Oh, hi Donna, welcome. Hi Tarana. Hi Alex. A huge welcome to you. So we have so many first timers. This is fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited for you. So excited for you. Well, thank you for trusting us and being here with us during this special week that we have together. So we've been hosting these complimentary workshop experiences since 2019, helped over 10,000 entrepreneurs to break through their upper limits. So you are in the right place to create that flow for your revenue breakthrough, and I am committed to giving you the best. We're going to be doing our first live giveaway today as well, which I'm super excited about. So you'll be, everyone who's live with me, your name will go into the draw at the end to win a Business Insights in the Akashic Records. So you'll be able to win this is a digital guided meditation to get some insights into your business from the Akashic Records. I would love for you to allow 60 minutes each day. Got a little update to the schedule, which I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second. And each day builds on next. So tomorrow we are going to be releasing what is capping your potential and how that has been, what's been slowing you down. And we're going to start to see what's going on for you in relation to these energetic blocks. I'm going to take you through this, and we'll be doing some, every day we're going to be doing some energetic practices. So you get to know Helixing, which I'm super excited to share with you. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be diving into the energetics of sales. And Thursday, we're going to be holding money and diving into all those things. Now, we have got a update to the schedule for Friday and Saturday. So I have never changed the schedule in 8 years of facilitating these. But for those of you that don't know, I'm in Antigua specifically to go and visit a place that my dad discovered, which is at the bottom of the sea. He was a navigator in the Navy. I don't know, it was before I was born, so I'm what, 51, so over 50 something years ago. And he discovered that the seabed had changed and there was a shoal there where they didn't know it was before, and it's called Havers Shoal, and it's named after my dad because he discovered it. And to get there, it is in the middle of nowhere. It's very sea dependent, and I was just told just now that the only day that they can do it, that the weather is perfect for, is Friday. And so I need to fly to a very remote island, then jump on a little tiny boat to get out there in memory of my dad. It's been something I've been wanting to do for about 15 years. So I hope you will give me the grace and understanding, I'm sure you will, that we're just juggling the schedule so that I can go and do that. And of course, I will send you all photos when I get there. And so Friday session and Saturday session are going to be collapsed, and I'll do a longer session for you on Sunday. And of course, if you can't make the time on Sunday, we've got you covered. We'll have a replay for you as well. So I hope that all makes sense. And then the schedule is as normal for next week. So Monday and Tuesday, we will continue to be diving in. And my intention is for you to have a breakthrough, to start to see some real shifts and to have some results. So I'm super excited for everybody who is here with me, whether you are live or on the replay. Oh, and the other logistical thing is to say that we have our bonus call on Thursday, where we'll be diving into all the things around receiving as well. So that's the following Thursday. So who's excited for this? And I just want to give a shout out to my team. We have the fantastic Chantel, who is here live with us. Chantel is a leader on our success team, so you're going to get to know her really well. I'm so excited that she is here live with us, and she is going to be helping you with making sure that you get, the workbook, supporting you, cheerleading you on the way, supporting, answering the questions, and all the things so that you have the success that you came here for. That's our intention. And it's just been amazing to see how in this short days, I always say to people, give me 9 days of your time and we can make sure that you have a massive shift. So my invitation to you is to commit and show up either live or on the replays so that you can have the energetic shift that you said yes to when you registered. So you know that you're already in the most powerful free wealth energetics experience, and I would love to invite you to share this with your friends, your clients, your peers, other soul aligned leaders who are ready to rise as well. This is not about learning, another strategy. This is about having the courage to move over your energetic edge. And it would be a gift to be able to invite others to do that as well. So if that feels aligned for you, then please do share with people that you know. And of course, to make it fun and rewarding, every time that you're sharing on social media, please do tag me, of course, as well, so we can see it. We're going to pop your name into a draw to win a private one-to-one session with me. And we've got some other prizes as well along the way. And then most importantly, we're co-creating an energetic field of, what is truly possible. So super excited for this. And so we'll do the draw for the one-to-one with me on next Tuesday, so in a week's time. So there's plenty of time to take part and to enter. And we have got some infographics in the Facebook group as well, if you want an infographic, but you're also welcome to take a screenshot of what we're up to as well, and to share that, so you can let people know that we are here. And do share the registration link as well, which is louisahavers.com/energetics, and then people can come and find us. Alrighty. Alrighty, so let's dive in. I always like to start with setting an intention, because our energy follows our intention. And wealth energetics, it's the business strategies that actually provides the platform for the success of all the other business strategies. It is how we melt resistance and allow ourselves to make those bigger, bolder moves, to have the courage to be more visible. Who here has some niggles around visibility? I know it's one that can come up at every stage of business as we grow and expand. I can see people raising their hands, raising their eyebrows, all the things. So that one's resonating. But ultimately, we all want to for our businesses to make a powerful contribution to society, and to be able to allow more sales to come into our business, and to be able to feel safe and expansive, to have high profit margins, to be able to implement tax strategies and investment strategies as we hold more money. And so I see this as being able to master wealth energetics. That is how we move through the arc of wealth consciousness transformation. And it begins here with the energetic edge. So I invite you to just take a moment to become fully present, so you can be really focused on our time together. And we're going to set our intention. So just to give yourself a couple of letting go breaths. And taking a moment just to call all of your energy back from whatever it is that you were just doing. So if you've got 5,000 tabs open, close them down or hide them so you can be fully present. Calling your energy back from people, places, spaces, times, and things. So you're 100% in your own energy here. Now, I can see lots of familiar faces jumping on. Thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to see you all. And I invite you to contemplate, what is your intention for our time together in the energetic edge? How do you want to feel at the end of this energetics experience? Allow yourself to really feel this in your body. What revenue and impact are you committed to creating in your business over the next 30 days? I'm going to focus on the next 30 days to create that momentum. And allow yourself, as you're tuning into this, to tune into the feelings in your body as you feel, what would it be like to receive this? And can you allow yourself to receive even more? Take a moment to sit with this and just breathe into it. And as you have in your mind's eye the desired revenue goal for this month, and allowing yourself just to see if you can expand that a little bit. What do you truly desire? Have you set the amount that you think is doable, or will just about meet X, Y, Z? Is it what you truly desire? Just take a moment to sit this and breathe. And can you allow yourself to desire more? And allow yourself to feel that in your body. When you achieve this desire and what all this money has given you, experiences that you've experienced, how do you imagine that this will feel? Just take a moment to allow yourself to feel these feelings and just to notice what they feel like in your body. How are your cells responding? is your heart responding? As you're just with this feeling, inviting you now to set your intention for the next 30 days. And I would love to know what your intention is in the comments and in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling. And I read every comment, by the way, and if I'm not responding to it all, know that I go back and I read them after our live experience together. That's so that I can tailor this experience for you. So keep the comments flowing. It's a way that we can communicate together. And I would love to get to know you so that I can tailor this event for you. So keep it kind of succinct. In 3 words, what is your business? Do you have an online business? Do you have a bricks and mortar business? Are you a coach? Are you a service-based entrepreneur? So this is just keeping it really factual. It's not like a 30-second pitch. Do you offer products? How long have you been in business? This will be super, super helpful because there's subtle nuances as to how the energetic blocks show up at different stages of business. You know that as you've scaled beyond that first 6 figures in your experience, growing to the multi 6 figures and 7 figures, different things have come up along the way that can take us out of flow. And it's the subtleties of how these energetic blocks show up along the way. So this is really helpful to see where everybody's at. It's my intention, as I said, to serve you, for you to have a breakthrough that creates unparalleled results in your own life. And what I'm sharing with you in our time together, this is how I balance the inner healing work with our impactful manifesting rituals. And I want these to become your energetic success habits. This is how I navigate through emotional stickiness that comes up whenever I've expanded beyond my own inner default set points and when I'm not embodied in the future version of myself that's required to get me to where I want to go and to make the difference I want to make, the contribution I want to make. And so for those, the first timers, a huge welcome. And for those of you that are getting to know me, so we've been in business now for over 8 years. I have in my background over 20 years of leadership, success and business coaching, a background in psychology, counseling, energetics. I teach and train coaches in the Akashic Records and energy psychology as well with our Helix method. I'm the founder of the Helix method. And I'm a single mum to my 2 now adult sons, Alf and Mo, who are now both in Thailand. We left the UK last year, April last year, went off traveling together. I sort of left my sons along the way. Alfred fell in love in Thailand and he set up a business on the beach in Koh Samui, which is amazing. And Moses continued traveling with me for a little bit longer. And now he's just gone back to Thailand and got a job teaching English in the school there, which is fantastic. And I'm in Antigua on a mission to get to Havers Shoal. But before all of that, my background was I used to be a senior manager in social services, and I did that for 13 years. And I left the corporate hamster wheel, and I found I basically replaced it with the entrepreneurial one. And that's because my first 3 years in business, where I was getting all the foundational pieces set up and my signature programs launched, and I was training in energy psychology and healing modalities and the Akashic Records, everything was a hustle, to be honest. There was little flow. And what I realized was different environments, same person, same experience. And whilst I grew to 6 figures and was working with the most wonderful clients, it just wasn't sustainable. It was exhausting. And I was studying and I was contemplating. I was like, what are the needle movers? What's going to make the difference? You know, I knew how to grow a successful business. I've built and led many, and I've had burnout. And burnout for me resulted in shingles and chronic fatigue that meant that I was off work for 4 months. Might have even been 6 months. I think I had a phased return to work for a couple of months. So it impacted me for longer than I wanted it to. It frazzled my nervous system. And I knew that I obviously didn't want to have burnout again, didn't want to frazzle my nervous system again, or have to work even harder than I was already working. I don't know if that resonates for anybody. And the light bulb moment was, I realized the key was in my identity. So when I'd left social services, I thought I'd feel such lightness as I'd coordinated, I'd arranged all of this. It had taken me 3 years to get there, to implement everything. This is what I wanted. And then I was so confused by the emotional roller coaster that was going on inside. And what really shook me was when I realized it was that what I was feeling was grief. I was grieving who I thought I was, that version of me. And I was in a state of, well, who am I? Who in hell am I now without that role? Because I'm so used to firefighting and the survival of social services. If anyone works in the public sector or has worked in the public sector, I know that you'll recognize this. And my nervous system was on edge. And I realized I had bought into the illusion that I'd created for myself. Somehow that role was my identity. And without that stripped away, of course, I actually got to really find out who I truly was. But at that point, I really didn't know who I was. I was wearing this the busy mask. I'm so busy, I must be successful mask. I've got to do. I was in that mode all the time. So from that experience, I threw myself into my new role and I started to create my new identity. And I just had this revelation that, how I perceived myself and my identity was absolutely key to the kind of life that I was creating and the kind of business that I was creating. And of course, I continue to do my own inner work because I want to continue to grow and expand and to make a bigger impact with our work. And so I know that these blocks that we're going to start healing and transmuting this week, they've come up for me, they will come up for everybody along their journey at every level of business. And the bit is that they'll have some slight nuances about how they will show up. So I want these insights that you receive from this week to give you a lifelong return on your investment of our time together. That is my intention. And this is so key for our growth in business, because, if we have a 200-year business, 200,000-year business, we're never aligned with the million strategy, because our brain is wired for that 200K. Our nervous system is calibrated for that 200K. That's what's feeling safe. That's what's feeling familiar. And we know this. Everybody knows, and we can talk about how, if you think about in relationships, how we have the same relationships. We suddenly like, oh, it's like a different person. That familiarity. It's actually the pattern that I'm familiar with, and it's just a different face on that relationship. And so we have to do this work so that we're not kind of recreating what is familiar along the way. So we can calibrate to that new level. Is this resonating? Let me know what's landing for you. So I want to share with you the Helix method model for unlocking the wealth code so that you always have that complete confidence that you will hit your financial revenue goals. And when we consistently and intentionally focus on the steps I'm going to share with you to master the wealth energetics, to unlock their wealth codes, then your transformation is inevitable. And what we all want to move beyond the resistance we feel that keeps things the same. That can feel like a Groundhog Day is locked in. We want to feel truly free, like we can do anything that, anything that you want. Feel like we're operating at our highest level, at our best self. And to hit our next quarter goals without frazzling the nervous system or feeling work harder, twisting ourselves into a pretzel. I thank you. We want that flow. And let's be real, business isn't for the faint-hearted. It won't always be easy. There, of course, is work. And sometimes we need to take more action than others, put in more time and commitment. We need to work efficiently and effectively. And overall, it will feel easier when you build up your levels of belief, confidence, and competence by mastering wealth energetics. That gives you the energetic edge. And it is normal. Let's just normalize challenges in business. Completely normal. What isn't normal is keeping the self-belief, the faith, the positivity through the challenges and through the growth curve. And this is what I'm going to help you to do. And here's the thing. We have the duality of desiring more, desiring to make a bigger impact, to take the company further, to develop our services, to offer a new program. And then what happens? The resistance kicks in, and we then experience that inner conflict. So we want to flush out the resistance. So I want you to think of resistance as protecting a core part of your identity. So let me know if any of these resonate with you. Let me know in the comments. Anyone here, are you shoulding on yourself? So you're saying you should be happy because you have the 6-figure salary, the 7-figure salary, the spacious home, or the relationship you desire, but you have this nagging, growing feeling like something is missing. Or every time you accomplish a big goal, you're just adding another one on because it doesn't feel like enough. So we're not anchoring in the win. Or no matter how much you make or own, you're still not happy as you feel like that you should be, or you want to be, or this is having an impact on your health. Or perhaps you've worked really, really hard to get to where you are, maybe sacrificed time with friends, loved ones, holidays, sleep. Who sacrificed their sleep along the way? So that you can put 150% of your time, energy, and resources into growing your business. And then you're looking at that next intention, that next level of income, impact, and freedom in your life. And you're like, how on earth am I going to do that? It's taken everything to get here. Have I got anything left in me? And another one that comes up that I see a lot is where we feel like things aren't moving as fast as they should. Even though you're putting everything in that you've got. Of course, you know, markets change and mature. What worked before might suddenly not work. And that can be enough to send us down an energy rabbit hole instead of understanding the opportunity to innovate and to go deeper within to strengthen our identity and our resilience. And then, of course, with the gift of social media, we can see people with perhaps less experience and skill than you, having more money, recognition, and influence, making their impact. And you're thinking, how on earth are they doing it? What have they got that I don't have? Or whatever the narrative is that comes up in your head. And this is another thing I see as people are growing their businesses. Often people thought that the money that they make is going to replace the stress and anxiety and worry. And so they're going to increase their income, and they're suddenly going to have more joy, more groundedness, more freedom. And then they're like, well, why is the anxiety still there? The nervous system is in that space of feeling triggered all the time. Does that make sense? Maybe the stress and anxiety has gotten worse because what you grow expands without dealing with the things. And so if there's problems that haven't been dealt with, they're going to expand as well. Does that make sense? Let me know what resonates for you. Do pop it in the comments. And there are some key blocks that I'm going to dive into tomorrow that always come up. And these blocks will provide you with a framework so you can always find out exactly what's going on. And they make it harder to grow your business. The more blocks you've got, the more energy that it takes. And all the stress and the hidden anxiety, the negative emotions, the juggling act, not having enough rest. All of that puts a huge strain on your brain and your body. And then, of course, if you're ignoring the signs, you're risking frazzling your nervous system and getting burnout. And I have found that burnout is a key fear that a lot of entrepreneurs have. So do let me know if you've either had burnout, know someone who's had burnout. Is it a fear of yours? Often we will have, anywhere we've had like a serious illness, then that can play into, as we're looking to grow things, the body's going to be protecting us so that we don't have that experience again. Okay, so this is resonating, yes. Yeah. Okay. So take a moment just to feel into this. So what is the belief that you hold that if your company grew to the next step, so if you're at 6 figures and you grow it to multi-6 figures, or if you're at 7 figures and you grow it to multi-7 figures, what is your belief if your company grew to that next stage? What does it mean? Do you believe you'll have to work harder? Do you worry that you'll get burnt out? Do you worry that someone is going to betray you? You're going to have to hire more team members. Do you worry about onboarding your team members? Leadership, culture. What is the culture of your company? So pop a yes in the comments, or say, let me know what the fear is. So yes, fearing working harder, fearing getting burned out, can see lots of fears of burnout, fear of frazzling my nervous system, fear of missing out time with family and children, fear of visibility, fear of being judged. Can I really do it? What if I make it and it all disappears? That's often one that comes through as well. Anyone else got that one where you're like, I'm going to do it, and then it's all going to vanish. It's like the shoe's going to drop. So we can see this duality. We hold our vision and our desire, and then we have this duality of these fears in our energetic field that are impacting our vibration and our coherence in our field that we're sending out to the universe. Then we find ourselves in like a vibrational roller coaster, because our vibration is created from our identity. Our identity is like a feedback loop. The environment, the results, all corresponding to our energy that then goes back out and creates our reality. And this is why we must focus on mastering our energetics. This is how you refine your frequency to expand your income with precision, regardless of what's going on in the world. And that's not to bypass emotions when you're dealing with tough stuff in life. Life is going to carry on lifing. Tough stuff is going to happen. But we need to know how to navigate that and expand our energetic hold it. And how we do that is creating the consciousness of your future self with multidimensional healing. And this is how we get rapid, long-lasting results. And your consciousness, your frequency, I invite you to think of it through this lens of 3 levels of consciousness that will all need to be in alignment to manifest more easily. So you have your higher self, or your soul, your subconscious mind, your subconscious. And the subconscious level is creating our reality in line with all the programming that we've received throughout this lifetime, through your birth, your parents, media programming. Oh my word, that's got a lot to answer for. Societal programming, cultural programming, all of these things are making up your identity. Feeding in, creating that reality model, which is your self-concept of what you believe to be true about yourself. And going deeper, you have your beliefs, your emotions. All of that is impacting the behavior and the action that you're taking. All of it makes up your human Wi-Fi, which is your vibration, your magnetism. So I invite you to think in relation to your energetic field. Your thoughts are electric, your emotions are magnetic, and they're sending out this electromagnetic frequency as a magnet to the universe, saying, hey, I want some more in line with the frequency that I'm radiating out. And this is what, so I just want to take a moment to explain what's happening energetically. And then we're going to start to dive into as we talk of 3 energetic states within the expansion state and the contraction state. So we have the flow state, that's the expansion state. This is the one we want. This is when we're in alignment with our desires. Things are slotting into place. We're seeing synchronicities everywhere. We feel like we're living in a magical universe. We feel certain of our results. We're already there. And we're going with the flow of the universe, and our nervous system is feeling safe, and our higher self is surpassing herself with all the wisdom and the intuition that's dropping in. We're feeling amazing, flowing, and we're feeling really, really good. Then we have contraction states, and there's 2 things going on energetically in the contraction state. So we've got resistant energy and reversed energy. So we have energy reversals, which are basically, think of them as energy flowing in the opposite direction to what it normally would be. So when you have an energy reversal, you can become stuck or frozen in time around a particular way of being. So much so that it reverses the flow of energy around that subject. It energetically creates a default set point. and the flow of energy is moving away from what you want. So when you find yourself putting more and more time and energy into changing something, you can feel like you're moving away patterns. You can feel like you're in a sort of a holding pattern where you want to go. You've likely got some energy reversals at play. And they come from past experiences where we were shocked or traumatized or didn't have a coping strategy for that event. And so our nervous system was then triggered and the flight, fright, freeze and collapse mode was set off. And then the imprint is held there in our subconscious and in our energy field. And so then anytime we have a circumstance that is connected to this in our just this energetic loop is re-triggered. And when we feel them triggered, we go into contraction. So if you have an activated energy reversal to do with sales, then more sales isn't going to solve cash flow issue. And we're going to dive into the nuances of this on Wednesday. And then if we have resistance, this can feel like pushing treacle up a hill. It's the best way to describe it. You're going in the right direction, but my word, it can feel slow and it can feel like a push-pull sensation. So this is where you have dual beliefs going on. You can hold beliefs of, I deserve to receive a 50K month and I'm undeserving to receive a month. You can believe both. And then that creates that resistance and that contraction. Is this landing? Let me know if this is making sense and what light bulbs are coming through for you. And resistance is created through our identity, through the resistant thoughts and beliefs that were in alignment with our old identity that we've outgrown, basically. Emotions, past experiences, and experiences of reality, all through that feedback loop. So what we want to do is to change the reversals and the resistance energy into the flow state, where we're open to receiving across all levels of our business and energetic being. Because when we're in flow, when we're in that coherence, we have more energy, we manifest things faster, things feel easier. Truly, the easier it gets, the easier it gets. This is expansion and flow. We're able to problem solve more quickly as things, because the life stuff's going to keep lifing, business is going to keep businessing. The challenges will be there, but we'll be able to navigate it more easily. And this is what we're doing with the Helix method. We're creating that consciousness of your future self, creating that coherent state so we can hold it, we can expand your energetic capacity to hold more with more ease. So this is, I think this work is the most important work that we can do for ourselves and for our families and our businesses and our life purpose ultimately, because this is about the impact that we're here to make in the world through our businesses. So let's do a quick pulse check and see what's resonating for everybody. So do you recognize areas of resistance in your business if you're thinking about sales, marketing, the products that you're offering, clients or customers that you have, cash flow, your leadership consciousness for those of you that are leading teams, wealth consciousness. See what's resonating for people. And inviting you to see where is resistance shutting you down from taking action? Or were you doing all the things that were working and then for some reason you suddenly stopped? And the thing to bear in mind is you may have resistance in one area, but you can be completely in flow in another area. And then in relation to the reversed energy in your business, again, if you think about sales, marketing, products, clients or customers, cash flow, leadership consciousness, wealth consciousness, do you recognize any energy reversals? And our wealth consciousness underpins and it's interlinked with all these areas of our business, because of course it's through our consciousness that we're creating our reality. So I invite you to think of our reality as a reflection of our consciousness. And this is the thing, if we're disconnected from our higher self, then we haven't got the energetic support of our higher self on board for our manifesting. And if we're out of alignment with our higher self, then this is where our conscious mind and our subconscious mind can be creating that feeling of driving down the road of life and we feel like we've got one foot on the brake, one foot on the pedal, and kind of creating this push-pull sensation. So this is so key. We want to have our higher self, our subconscious, and our conscious mind aligned and working together. Our consciousness is listening to us all the time. So we want to be intentional, mindful. And this is why invocations are so powerful. And this is our first step in our helixing practice. And I'm going to introduce you to our practice today. And then we're going to build on this. We'll be diving into deeper stuff tomorrow. Does that sound good? So we've got a guide for you, and Chantal has kindly shared it in the chat in the Facebook group, in the Zoom room. If you're able to get it into the Facebook group, that would be awesome as well, Chantal, or we'll pop it in there afterwards for everybody. We'll pop it in the comment section for you. Okay, so we've got some things landing. Alrighty. So the guide lays out our process that I'm going to take you through, our energetic success habit, which is the higher self invocation. Then we create the consciousness of our future self. And once we've raised our frequency by doing that, then we live in the energy of the question. And so what we're going to do today, thank you, Chantal, we're going to unlock what is held in your subconscious and use energy kinesiology, in other words, muscle testing, to find your hidden money blocks that may be slowing down your cash flow, sales, and holding more money. Now, we use in the Helix methods a sway technique, which comes from applied kinesiology for our energy kinesiology, and then the power of intention, invocation, and breath work to release what isn't serving, and then to align to what will create the reality that we desire. And I do have some best practices for self-muscle testing. So, and these are in the guide for you, but the first one is to be really intentional with the information you desire. When you're really intentional, that reduces interference from the environment, inconsistent readings, where one day you might be reading from your conscious mind, the other day from your subconscious mind. Instead, we want to have that aligned consciousness, and we reduce the interference with our higher self invocation. So I'll lead you through that in a moment. And this is key. Go 3 to 5 layers deep. I want everyone to sort of almost have this tattooed on them, because so often people will say, oh, I muscle tested that. And I'm like, how many questions do you ask? Oh, just one. No, you may not have asked the right question. We remember the subconscious wants to be 100% correct in delivering the current programming. And so we need to ask more questions in relation to what we're wanting to test. It's like a basket of questions that we need to test. I used to be head of performance for social services, and one of my jobs there, and so I was always talking to people about a basket of indicators so we can see the all-round performance rather than just measuring one thing. So that we want to ask a number of questions rather than just one question in relation to an emotion, a topic, and all the things. This will improve your accuracy, and then you're going to get to the root faster. And I invite you to use the 6 energetic blocks that we will guide you through tomorrow as a framework to help you uncover what questions and statements to explore. And this is what I help my clients with in our programs in the wealth portal. So we go really deep in that, because there is a real skill in knowing the questions to ask and the statements to ask, so that you don't go down a rabbit hole that you don't need to go down, and you also are able to get the results that you desire. Friday. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our helixing in a second. And what I will do is I'm going to invite you to, let me just share my slides here in a second so I can guide you through. So can everybody let me know if you have done muscle testing with the sway technique before? Pop that in the comments. And I'm going to just tell you how to do this momentarily, and then we're going to guide you through. So we've got some yeses. Anybody else not done it? Okay, yes. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. Alrighty, I will. Okay, we have a no. Okay, it's all good. I've got you covered, Tina, and everybody on the replay who's like, what is she talking about? Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the higher self invocation, and then I'm going to invite you to do the muscle testing, and I will guide you through that section when we get to that. And I've got some questions and phrases that we're going to test together on the screen. But let me just guide you through this first before we do the muscle testing, because this is really important. And for those of you that have done muscle testing before, I really want you to pay attention and notice the difference after doing the higher self invocation. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, who's ready to do some helixing? Are you ready? Are you ready? Got some nods. Fantastic. Alrighty, so I would love to guide you through this now. So we're going to do our higher self invocation. So I invite you to close your eyes. And you are creating an intention of connection through your breath. So we're going to increase your life force energy through your breath. So first of all, I invite you to notice your soul star chakra, which is about 18 inches above your head. This is your gateway to your Akashic record. And I invite you to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 8. And to do this 3 times at your own pace, it's going to increase your life force energy. Notice how your energy field responds. And then from this place, affirming to yourself, speaking to all levels of my consciousness, I intend that in the name of divine truth, love and light, let all information come from my higher self and be in alignment with my divine truth, my highest good and the highest good of all. I am creating a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and higher self, so that they are 100% connected and in perfect alignment, and all working towards my highest path and purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In this place, I'm going to do the muscle testing. And so how we do this is you stand with your feet hip width apart, relax your knees, close your eyes, and you're going to say a statement or a question out loud to discover what's hidden. And your energy body will respond and give you the yes or no answer to what you've asked. So forwards is typically a yes, backwards is typically a no. And if you haven't done this before, just take a moment to test this out for yourself, and you can tell yourself, say, go forwards for a yes, and say yes, 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 and just notice how your body responds. And then say, go backwards for a no, and then say, no, 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 no. You may need to just wait a moment, and then your body will go backwards. If you get anything other than that, just take a moment just to give yourself a thymus thump, so tapping on just above where your heart is. Just breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, and that will typically switch it back round, so you get the forward sway, the yes, and the backward sway for the no. Now, the key thing here is you will have a somatic response. This is why I love the sway technique, because you have to go within. Your subconscious is going to be speaking to you through your body and your energy when you think about the topic that I'm going to give you, when you say the statements out loud. So paying attention to the somatic responses helps you to connect with the energy of these thoughts, emotions, these blocks, so you can, when we're releasing it, you can witness it and let it go. So inviting you just to think as you say these phrases out loud in a moment, like, how do you feel? Can you feel any resistance in your body? What do you see in your mind's eye when you say these phrases out loud? So we're going 3 to 5 layers deep. So we've got 5 phrases that I'm inviting you to say out loud. And we're doing this in relation to that desired month. When we set the intention at the beginning, you all had an intention of a revenue coming in. So I would love for you now to sway test these. So saying out loud, I have got resistance to receiving your desired income over the next 30 days. And just to notice, do you get a forward sway, a backward sway? What's your energy telling you? What's the somatic response? How does this feel in your body? Then I want you to say, I have got an energy reversal preventing me from receiving desired income in 30 days. Again, what's the somatic response? Make a note if you get a yes or a no. I have to work harder than I am now to make desired income in 30 days. Get a yes or a no. Some of these responses may come through quite quickly. Some may just need a little bit more time for your body to respond. It's all good. I have got a fear preventing me from making the desired income in 30 days. I'm the kind of person who has desired income, cash months. Do you see yourself as that kind of person who does? Give you a moment to do those. And once you've completed those, let me know in the chat. And I would love to know if you found that you've got resistance, if you've got an energy reversal, if you're seeing yourself as the kind of person who has these cash months, or if you've got a no for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to clear this with our conscious decoding process. I'm going to guide you through this. We'll take some time to do one together now. Okay, so we've got a fear preventing from desired income coming in. Got some energy reversals, resistance. Okay, but everything, okay, no resistance, everything else on the list. Alrighty, I've got you covered. We're going to start to clear this. So I've got these phrases laid out for you. So what we're going to do, just to get you set up. So as we're doing the conscious decoding, I'm going to want you to breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4. We're intending that the energy is going to be released. And then we say our releasing phrase 3 times. This is so we can hold the frequency, we can notice the somatic responses as we're doing this. Now, I like to say the first phrase out loud once and then twice internally, so I can really focus on what's going on within. And so the phrase is, I'm ready to release this belief, transmute this belief. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Now, there's 2 things. When we're releasing resistance or belief, I'm going to invite you to use your left hand, holding CV17, just at that point, sort of in the central line, just where there's a soft bit in the center of your rib cage. So holding CV17 there. And then if there's an energy reversal, we're just going to tap as we're releasing, doing the karate chop as you're doing the releasing statement. Okay, so I've got this laid out for you on this next slide. Alrighty, so, and I'll guide you through this first one. And the thing I do want to speak to, so you'll see the last phrase is written in bold. That's to remind me to tell you about this, okay? So if you got a no to that I'm the kind of person who has desired cash months, we want to release that so that you can move into a space of I am the kind of person who has those cash months. The subconscious often doesn't hear not. So if I was like, I'm not the kind of, I want to release, I'm not the kind of person who has desired cash months, that's not going to be helpful because not and don't is often not heard by the subconscious. And we're in that semi-theta state, that alpha state, as we're going within when we're doing this coding. So how we do this, and your body responds to this because it knows it gave you a no. So we're going to release, I'm the kind of person who has desired cash months, no. Doesn't make grammatical sense. That doesn't matter. We're speaking to your layers of consciousness. The subconscious will get it. That's what's important. Does that make sense? So that's why where we're releasing something that we want to get a yes to and we got a no to, we release it with the no at the end. But I'll always prompt you with these as we go through this on this journey together. Alrighty, so we have the phrases up there for you. And so I'm going to guide you through the first one. And then if you didn't have the resistance, just swap out the phrase to the one that you've got as I'm guiding you through. Alrighty, so inviting you now just to take a nice deep breath in for 4, out for 4. If you're doing the releasing the resistance with me, then holding CV17, so just that central point in the middle of your chest where it's a little bit soft in your rib cage. I'm ready to release resistance to receiving, and say the number for your desired income over the next 30 days. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. And silently within, paying attention to the somatic responses. I'll say it out loud so you can follow along. I'm ready to release the resistance to receiving my desired income over the next 30 days. I release and delete this with all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. I'm ready to release the resistance to receiving desired income over the next 30 days. I release and delete this from all dimensions and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in. Making a note of how you're feeling. Did you feel any somatic changes? Did you feel more peaceful? Notice how you're feeling. And inviting you to just do one more on your own here now, so you can start to get the flow. So you're going to say it out loud once, twice internally. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. Remembering if you're doing the releasing the energy reversal, you're doing the karate chop as you release that. Keeping your heart in that coherent state with your breath. There's that feeling in your body. Now, if you've got any more to do, just make a note of where you've got to, so that we were going to move into the creating the aligned coherence, and you can circle back and just to complete another couple if you need to. And then let us know in the Facebook group. And you're like, yeah, I've cleared them all. We can celebrate you in the Facebook group. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to move on to creating the aligned coherence. So this is where we can imprint into your human Wi-Fi the belief, the thought, the emotion, the experience that you're intending to bring yourself into resonance with. Lots of yawning. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's always a good sign. Yawning, heat, getting cold, burping, farting, all of those are signs that energy is moving. So this is all good. I remember one of my clients saying, why have I got the farting one? Why couldn't I have the yawning one? Lots of yawning and tingling. Okay, awesome, awesome. Alrighty, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do inner rewiring today. So we're rewiring new beliefs and self-concepts. I like to do a mixture of inner rewiring and out loud rewiring so that we have got that balance, and we'll also be bringing in some visualization over the week as well. Oh, we've got sneezing as well. I've got all the things going on. Okay, awesome, awesome. But just allow yourself, your body, to breathe through that. It's just speaking to you as you let that energy go. Alrighty. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to do the inner rewiring technique. So I'm going to get you to repeat these phrases in your mind for 30 seconds for each one. I'm going to do the timekeeping here for you, so I'll give you a heads up on when we're going to move on to the next one. So you're saying for the first one in your mind's eye, I'm so happy and grateful I've now received the desired amount. You're just repeating it over and over. And I'll pop some music on so that we can have, find them. Jiggy. There we go. The background music. So I'm just going to test it. Can you hear me as I'm speaking over this music, or does the music need to go down a bit? Can you hear me, Jennifer? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Carol. Okay. Awesome. Alrighty, so we are going to be imprinting these phrases for you. So inviting you to bring your heart into a coherent state just by breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. And start to fill your heart up with the feeling of love. I love, I love, I love, I love. And from this place, start repeating internally, I'm so happy and grateful I have now received desired cash months. Beautiful. Moving on to the next one. I feel so accomplished, motivated, and flow. Beautiful. Moving on to the next one. I'm the kind of person who has, insert your desired income cash months. I'm the kind of person who has desired cash months. Beautiful. Moving on to the next one. Large sums of money come to me easily and effortlessly. Large sums of money come to me easily and effortlessly. Beautiful. And then the last one, it's working, it's working, it's working, it's working. Beautiful. And then we're going to switch gears a little bit. And now saying out loud, I'm going to do 30 seconds for this one today. I'm the kind of person who has desired income cash months. I feel so motivated, joyful, and in flow. Beautiful, beautiful. How is everybody feeling? And from this place, inviting you now to live in the energy of the question, why do large sums of money come to me so easily and effortlessly? So just inviting you just to ask this question from a place of assuming that it's already happened. So you're asking it from a place of curiosity and awe. You're asking it of your higher self. This is activating that connection with your higher self and the universe. And in this now moment, you may get some inspired ideas, but know that you've activated this. And the more you're raising your frequency this week, the more you'll be hearing and seeing those soft whispers from your higher self. And the key is to take action on what you're being shown. So if you hear someone's name, reach out to them, see how they're doing. Just take a moment now just to write down any intuitive ideas that are coming to you. I always say, let's get you into action. And you reach out to 5 people, perhaps people who have worked with you before, might want to work with you again or buy your next product. Perhaps someone who hasn't stepped into working with you or buying the product. Perhaps it's time to follow up with them. Entrepreneurs always can do better at following up and seeing if people are ready. And as I share this, can you reach out to 5 people? Who's been popping into your mind? Then reach out to those people. It may be that someone's popped into your mind that's not an appropriate client, but actually, the universe has given you their name for a reason. So reach out to see how they are. How are they doing? It's a lovely opportunity to connect in with them. So we can connect with new people, see how they're doing, ask them what's new in their life. They'll ask you what you've got going on, see where the conversation goes and where the universe has given you a nudge to reach out to them. Can you follow up with some people? Can you reach out and invite some people to a new product or a service that you're offering? Alrighty. I would love to know, how is everybody feeling? How are you feeling? As we're wrapping up, I've shared with you my perspective on exactly how to have the complete confidence that you can hit your financial revenue goals. It's by mastering the wealth energetics. You can unlock your wealth codes. The key thing is having your higher self, your subconscious and your conscious mind all working towards your desire. And we've just started to uncover what is hidden. I would love for everybody to pop their intentions for the next 30 days for your personal growth and your business growth in that you put in the comments, pop them in the Facebook group. We've got a post in there to prompt people with the questions laid out for you so that you can really feel into this and flesh out your intention. I would love to chat with you some more, to serve you, to make sure that we're getting the most out of our time together, or if you've got any questions about how this all applies to you. So we are offering an energetic alignment audit. My diary has got booked pretty quickly. So if you can find a slot, then you're welcome to book in a call so I can help you move the needle. If you can't find a slot, please message us and we're going to hold the energetic alignment audits in the DMs. If you're lucky enough to have got a slot with me, then that is awesome. Tomorrow, we're going to be building on this and talking about the 6 energetic blocks and how these are all slowing down your next level of success. And if you've got any questions about how we can work together, then do book a call. My team will, we can book a call with the energetic edge, or of course we can have a conversation in DMs and we'll see where you're at and how we can identify the best way that we can work together so you can make an aligned decision either way. And if it does feel aligned, please do share that you're taking part in our Wealth Energetics experience this week. Take screenshots, share with your friends and family and entrepreneur business besties, all the things, and we will pop your name into the draw to win a one-to-one with me. So that's when you share it on social media, and also your name goes into a draw when people join the Facebook group and say, hey, I found out about this by so-and-so. Alrighty. So thank you so much for that. And we have an opportunity for you to win the Business Forecasting, the Akashic Records guided meditation for you right now. So when you share your takeaway in the comments, we are going to pop your name into a draw. So if you share your takeaway, take a moment just to think, what was my takeaway from today? Because this helps to really anchor that learning in. And then we are going to see who is the winner. Alrighty. And as you're doing this as well, just so that you can really notice how different you're feeling, thinking around your intention for the next 30 days on a scale of 1 to 10, how aligned are you feeling to that right now? Just take a moment to become aware and pop that in the comments. Right, let's see who is winning this. So many takeaways. It's beautiful. All righty. I can see who the winner is. Are you ready, drumroll? The winner is Kristen Swan. Congratulations, Kristen. So excited for you. The team will be in touch towards the end of the week with your link so that you can download your business insights in the Akashic Record activation. So I'm super excited for you to have won that. Oh, I love it. All the congratulations are coming in. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Whether you've been live with us or on the replay, it's been a complete honor to serve you. I remind you, our aligned action for today is to share your intention for your business in this group, post it in the homework thread, and thinking about what's your commitment to your revenue and impact over the next 30 days. And if there's any more energetic pieces to follow up on, let us know when you've done that in the Facebook group as well. And we're going to be tomorrow. We will be diving in to days building on the last. I'm super excited to see what is going to be uncovered so that we can break through and align you to your potential. I'm going to leave the room open for a bit so you can grab the links that you wanted to grab. So we've got the guide and we've got the energetic alignment audits. And of course, if you can't find a time slot that works, then reach out to us in DMs and say, I want an energetic alignment audit, and we'll do it. We'll do it in the DMs. Super excited to serve you with those as well.